we were going to have a quick look at the writing task 2 as well for the next half an hour. And obviously you don't know much about the exam, most of you, so I can explain it all to you. But there's 2 parts to the writing. Task 1, which is a report, and task 2, which is an essay. And task 2 is the bigger task. So what do you think? You must write at least 200 words. Do you think that's true or false?
250.
It is 250. If you get less than 250, if you're coming in, around 200, that can bring your mark down from like a 7 to a 5. For, if you don't get the word count, it will definitely bring you down in task achievement. It can bring you down massively. When I've done marking, someone can go down 3 bands if they haven't written enough words. Okay, so aim for 250. If you're coming in 248, 249, fine, but aim for 250. Aim for just over 250 if you can. That way you're definitely safe. And it is counted. The examiner will count every word, so they will know exactly how many words you've got. So aim for 250. Don't think, oh, okay, I can maybe get 240. No, 250. That's what we're going to say. Okay, aim for 250.
You write like 500, it's okay?
Well, it is, but you don't have that much time.
Okay.
So 500 would probably mean, unless you're like a very, very, very quick writer, would mean that you've got a lot of information in there that you don't need.
Okay.
Okay, but you can go as high as you want. You can write as many words as you want, as long as it's more than 250.
Okay, it is a relation between the words and the mark. I mean, like 200 means 5 mark, a 5 on the mark.
No. What it means is that for let's say if you did 230, that could drop you down 1 band.
Okay.
And then if you did 200, that could bring you down 2 or 3 bands.
Okay.
So it is a big deal, okay? And it's something so silly. If you were to lose marks because you didn't write 250 words, it's just silly, and it shouldn't happen. It does happen, but it shouldn't. But it can really affect your mark, really. So 250. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. True or false?
False, 1 hour.
Depends.
The whole writing is 1 hour, but you want 20 minutes for task 1 and about 40 minutes for task 2. Okay? But you're right, it is 1 hour. The whole test is 1 hour, but you've got 2 tasks in the 1 hour. You should use formal academic language and style.
True.
True, absolutely. You shouldn't be using contractions. You should be using formal language, but we will look at this later on in the course. Okay, we'll spend some time looking at how you write. Okay, you may be asked to give your opinion. Yes, you might. Okay, and we're going to have a little look at that today. You should use your own knowledge and experience. What do you think? True or false?
True.
True. Yeah. You have to use your own knowledge. You don't have to put people's names in, like Smith 2016, if you were writing a proper academic essay for university. But you do want to use the knowledge that you have and experience that you've gained, both personal and things that you've read. It is not necessary to support your ideas.
False.
Absolutely false. Yes, you have to support your ideas. Okay, so again, this is something that we're going to look at, but you can't just give an opinion. You have to then give reasons why or examples to support your ideas. You should use paragraphs and organize your ideas.
True.
Absolutely you should. You should use connectives to link your ideas. So I mean, like although, because as a result, should you use these?
Yes.
Yes. I can see you nodding, Nina. We can see no for false, yes for true. You can copy part of the task in your answer. So by that, I mean I can take the question and I can copy it into my answer to give me lots of words.
Well, not copy, but if you can write some of the task.
Yeah, okay, so you can't copy it. You can't copy what they've written, but you can reproduce the idea in your own words, okay? You can do that, and we're going to look at that today. And task 2, obviously, it carries more marks than task 1, obviously, because it's bigger. So I've put this on there that you can have a look at when I share this PowerPoint with you later, but it's a bit difficult to see, and there's a lot of information. So I've broken it down. So for task achievement, this means that have you answered the question? And have you done what you were supposed to do? So for example, if the task asks you to talk about the positives, the negatives, and to give your opinion, to get band 7, you have to make sure that you do exactly what it asks you to do. If you just talk about the positives and then don't talk about the negatives, or you don't give your opinion, then that's going to put you down to band 5. Okay, to get at least a band 6, you have to make sure that you answer all parts of the question. Again, band 7, you have to present a clear position. And again, we're going to look at how you do that. But what that means is that it's very clear from the introduction what your position is, what your opinion is, for example, or whether you think it's a good thing or a bad thing. And then from the essay in paragraph 1, you talk about the good things. Paragraph 2, you talk about the bad things. And then you have a clear conclusion. Okay, and the secret here is if you look at band 6, it says presents a relevant position, although the conclusions may be unclear. It doesn't just mean the conclusion at the end of the essay. It means that maybe you say something like, yes, I think this is a good thing because I think the IELTS exam is a good thing because it means that people can work overseas. But then that's it. That's all you say. So that's not you extending or supporting the main idea. So that's the difference between a band 6 and a band 7. For a band 7, what you have to do is extend your answers with using linking words. Like, for example, in addition, on the other hand, okay? But, you know, this is obviously things that we're going to go through. But I want you to, each time you do some writing, is to go back to this PowerPoint and look at what you need to do for a band 6 and a band 7 and say, have I done that? Okay? So the next thing the examiner will mark you on is the coherence and cohesion. And what that basically means is organization. And it will be how your essay is organized. So you definitely need to make sure that you have an introduction, a clear introduction, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, maybe paragraph 3, and a conclusion. And this is very, very clear. And it also has to be logical. So if it was an advantages and disadvantages essay, you would have your your introduction, and then some, you know, advantages in one paragraph, disadvantages in another, and then a conclusion. So it's very, very clear. And then here, the cohesion, the cohesive devices for band 7 are your linking words. As we said, in addition, as well as, although, however, as a result, all of these linking words are used appropriately. And again, we'll look at this in the future. But also your paragraphs need to be very clear. So we'll do some work on clear paragraphs as well. But as I said, when you're writing, go back and look at what they want you to do for band 7. Okay, grammatical range and accuracy. For a band 7, it says you need to use a variety of complex structures. This complex here doesn't mean difficult, but some complex structures would be like the passive or the conditionals. And what we'll do in one session is we'll look at how we can get your grammar from a band 6 to a band 7. Again, look, produces frequent error-free sentences. You don't have to be getting every sentence right. If you try to use the passive and you get it a little bit wrong, you've still tried, and you will get recognition for that. And here again, a good control of grammar. So almost like we said in the speaking, if you write just using present simple, present simple, present simple, then you're not showing that you have a good control of grammar. So what you want to think about is how you can get some different structures in there, like the present perfect, some modal verbs, present continuous. Again, it doesn't have to be difficult. It just needs to be a range. Okay, so that's the secret here, a range. You can't just use one tense.